Good morning. And do you hear music?
I do. It's on your phone.
Oh my God. Okay. My phone. I will mute it. There we go.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, and it's like the first time we've done the show.
I know. We were just talking about how comfortable we were feeling, and now
too
we just messed this
comfortable.
up. Yeah.
God.
Bummer.
Well, hey everybody. Welcome to MPL Insider. I'm Tim.
I'm Emily.
And we are here to mess up and present you with the show about what goes on behind the scenes. And, you know, if you want any more behind the scenes than me messing up, it wasn't Emily. Emily's perfect, and we know it. So I love your new shirt.
Oh, thank you. Miss Lynn in the youth department tie-dyed it for me.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Just not everyone can get them? You have to be in good with Lynn to get them?
Yep.
Wow.
It also helps that we're neighbors, too. So.
Your neighbors in Two Rivers?
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have said where you live. Now people will find you.
They
will go house to house until they find you. You guys, I honestly didn't know you were neighbors.
About a block and a half away.
That's not that far.
Neighborish.
I mean, because you're all very loud people.
Yeah. I mean,
do you ever just yell at each other?
Her husband did a burnout in front of our house last night.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I saw her husband, Dancing Troy, as I like to call him. Mm-hmm. Was it in his yellow, the little sports coupe that he
I don't know. Honestly, I was in bed when they saw Henry and Luke outside.
Oh, so it was after 6?
Mm-hmm.
So why were you in bed so early?
Because I didn't feel good.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm coming down with a cold or pollen allergy.
You're coming down.
I'm coming down with pollen.
Emily's coming down with pollen, so be scared. Does that mean you're going to turn into a spore creature?
If I haven't already.
Oh. What are the perks?
Lots of spores. I don't know.
How many go?
Wow. Anyways, back to business.
So, I am really looking forward to. I know you don't go to movies much anymore. You just kind of watch them at home.
Yeah, I don't remember the last one I went to.
Tomorrow, as soon as I can, I'm going to go see Asteroid City.
Ooh, I wanted to see that one.
I cannot wait for that. Mm-hmm. I think it's going to be so good. I don't want to see it in the morning because Wes Anderson in the morning seems like a lot.
I mean, I don't know. Movies in the morning just seems.
I will watch a zombie movie anytime.
Oh, well.
I've traveled to Green Bay to watch zombie movies in the morning.
That's okay. I mean, I guess whatever floats your boat.
Zombies, apparently. All right. Well, before we launch into the meat of the show, after zombies meat, that made sense, right?
Real fluffy.
Rancid meat? Well, anyway, let's just move on. I wanted to remind anyone who's watching live, if you're watching this, later on, it doesn't apply as much. But if you have any questions or comments for us or our special guest who's coming up in just a little bit, just type them into the comment section on either YouTube or Facebook, and they will get to us. And we would love to include them in the show because we'd love to get some conversations going on the show. So, so about anything we're talking about, or if you just want to ask about something that we're not talking about, just feel free to comment a question.
Anything library related or just a question for us?
Absolutely anything. We're very good with whatever,
yes.
I believe, including making mistakes and admitting to them.
Yes.
Because admitting you have a problem. What?
Which you don't always do.
I do more often than not. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. So, all right. Well, let's get into something else. So we're not sure who's heard about this. And this is something that while it is a library program or a library partnership program, isn't actually taking place at the library.
Yep.
And that thing that I'm referring to is
the Bruin B3.
Spell harder. Emphasis on spelling harder.
Yeah.
So this is coming up in a little under a month from now. And this was something that we had going before the pandemic took over.
So it's been 4 years, I think. What,
5
years?
Closer to 5 years since we did the last one.
That's so crazy.
It doesn't seem like
the last time we did it was 2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 5 years.
Yep.
But it's an adult spelling bee. As you can see on your screen right now, you have to be 21 years or older. There's a $20 per person entry fee. And with that entry fee, you get 2 delicious Pet Skull beverages. Now that can be, as you know, Pet Skull is known for their microbrewing. But this could be, you can have soda, you can have water. They have something called hop water, which is like seltzer. It is non-alcoholic completely, and it kind of tastes like hoppy seltzer, which I like because I like seltzer. Emily doesn't like seltzer so much, but you get no.
Yeah, well, I feel like it gives me like, I don't know. It's like just someone like put like a chunk of apple in their mouth and then just like blew their breath on top of it, and so you can smell it, but you can't taste it.
Is there water involved?
Well, I mean, like you have your seltzer water,
Oh.
like the fizzy water, and then to get the flavor, you
Okay.
just like chew up like an orange or an apple or whatever the flavor is, and then you just breathe
then
on top of it, and that's what a seltzer water tastes
You've
like.
also described seltzer as what a fallen asleep foot tastes like. Right?
Yes, yes.
Which is the combination of the fallen asleep foot with a waft of fruit smell. It sounds delicious. I'm up for it.
Yes,
I would gladly have one of those right now. But that the Brew and Bee takes place on July 19th, which is a Wednesday at 6 p.m., 6 to 8 p.m. As you can see on your screen, the URL is right at the bottom there. manitowoclibrary.org/event/brewandbee3. This is an incredibly fun event.
So fun.
It is. I was on the radio this morning talking about it, and I said it's just a chance for adults to play.
It is.
And adults don't get to play all that often.
Well, and it's not like when you think of like a spelling bee, you think of like something kind of serious and stuffy, and like this is so lighthearted. Our committee comes up with all of the words. We provide homemade sentences for it, and they may be appropriate or inappropriate at sometimes, and
it is 21 and
yes,
older.
We will emphasize the fact this is an adult event.
It's an adult spelling bee, but it is also in fact a spelling bee.
Yes. And we also want to mention too, let's just say you're not comfortable getting up in front of people. If you want to just come and cheer on the participants, we encourage that too. Fill the house. It's going to be on the patio at Pet Skull Brewing, weather permitting, obviously. Right. And if not, then we go inside. But
beautiful night in July. Yep. It's a great way to do something different, whether you participate or are a spectator. And it's really fun. It does get, fairly rowdy.
Yeah.
I mean, the audience gets into it, and it's just a good, fun event.
Yeah.
So and there are prizes, and for the $20 you also get a chance at Glory. And what greater prize is there than Glory, except for actual prizes? Because the winner gets a beautiful trophy that's being donated by Manitowoc Trophy. The top three prize winners, top three finishers get fabulous prizes, and the first person eliminates gets a sad prize. Yeah. I'm not allowed to say what any of these things are.
They're all special.
They're all special.
What may really sweeten the deal here, though, is that the last two that we had, or the all of them so far, we have had like a reigning champ.
Yeah. There's a person who has won both. There is an undefeated person, and they were the second person to sign up this year. So
if anyone's looking for some good, healthy competition.
Yeah, it is shockingly competitive too. But it's a lot of fun, and drinking during isn't mandatory. That's one thing I get is like, are there penalties if you misspell a word? Do you have to drink? No.
Yeah.
There's just adult beverages available. There is no forced drinking. And another thing to mention is it is a single elimination tournament. So if you spell something wrong, you're out. However, you can buy cheats to participate afterwards. But you have to essentially buy your way back into the competition. But it's not insanely expensive. But and anything that we make on this, it's more of a fundraiser than a fundraiser, but anything we make goes to the Friends of Manitowoc Public Library. So come down to Pet Skull. It's a great place. It's a great place for camaraderie and shenaniganing, and this combines all these things into one. So come on down to the Brew and Bee on July 19th, Wednesday at 6 p.m. and be prepared to watch or to yourself spell harder. And always ask for the word in a sentence.
Yes.
We cannot emphasize that strongly enough.
We spent a lot of time.
We sure did, gosh darn it.
Yes, we did.
And I'd like to say what some of the sentences are, but I can't.
Yeah.
But they're worth showing up in and of them. Bring us back into. There we are. Hey, it's us again. And would you, at this point, care to introduce our guest for this week?
Yeah, this is a perfect segue because the person who is helping with the Brew and Bee, it's a team of 4, and that would be me, Tim, a former employee here, Jordan, and then lastly but not least, Laura Schreiner, Manitowoc Public Library ILL associate.
Welcome to the show, Laura.
Thank you. Thank you.
Can you tell us what does ILL stand for?
Interlibrary loan, which
And what
means
does that mean?
so people sometimes are not quite sure what that means. It's sharing resources between libraries, but it's not so much between Manitowoc and Two Rivers and Brilliant and such. It's not the libraries within our system, because we all share one catalog. It's libraries outside of that geographic area. So it's libraries outside of Manitowoc and Calumet County. We lend, we borrow, we try to get you whatever you need. We succeed mostly, but sometimes we don't. But it's always an interesting and fun thing to see where things come from and make people happy if it's something they thought they could not possibly borrow or they would never see again because it was an old item or whatever. There's been some really good moments over the years doing ILL. Super fun.
I mean, and you're like the queen of ILL, so.
Well, I would not go that far. I've just worn everyone else down. I mean, they've all walked away and I just keep on showing up. So that's kind of how it works.
So by attrition, you become the queen of ILL.
Yeah, basically.
What would you say your success rate is? You said most of the time you find things, but if you had a guess.
I think it's around 90%, give or take. You know, for a lot of things, it's higher than that. There's some really rare things that you're just never going to be able to get. Once in a while, we get something from Library of Congress, and Emily would know this, that they are willing to lend to us. This is from the Library of Congress in Washington, D.C., but it has to stay in the building. So patrons can come in, they can look at it. We can keep it for an amount of time, but they just can't take it out with them. And we have to return it insured via FedEx and track all of it and everything. But that's an interesting thing too, because you get some really, really obscure items in and people are thinking there's no way I'm going to get this. But if you don't mind trying, sometimes we succeed.
Yeah. And I would say probably some of the other things that you aren't able to get are like in instances where someone asks for something that's just a little bit too new.
Right.
So it's just like not available yet because other libraries are currently using it. And then at that point, we usually try to purchase it if we can.
Right. We do have some chances to purchase things. If it's too new for interlibrary loan, we are allowed to purchase some things. We try to share new things. If it's on our shelf here, even if it's just been released a week or so, if by chance it's on our shelf and a library asks from elsewhere, we will lend it to them. But some libraries just have a hard and fast rule that they won't lend anything newer than 6 months. But they're not as nice and as fun as we are. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Well, that's the bottom line.
I mean, that is where it comes. Yeah, they're not as nice.
You can't teach nice.
You really can't teach nice. No, nor kind, nor sharing. You can't.
Oh, you're such a positive upfront lady.
Although some of them do send really cute little thank you notes on the items when they come back. Like there's a library in northern Wisconsin that puts little puffy stickers and then writes like comic bubbles outside of the mouths and sticks it on the request, which is kind of fun.
That is fun. I mean, seriously, why not have fun with it?
You might as well. I mean, we do try to say thank you, and we do try to, sometimes if you get a phone call or an email from somebody, form a little bit of a bond and share your experiences. It's fun. It shouldn't be you're out there in this vacuum. Everybody's trying to do the same thing, help each other out.
Mm-hmm.
Does a patron that I know uses your services frequently, whose initials may or may not be SL?
Yes.
What is your success rate, and is he nice to you?
He's super nice. Yeah, super nice. Super nice. The best.
He's watching.
I hope he is.
I hope so.
If he is, please leave a comment. And also, anyone who is watching who has any questions or comments for Laura, please type them in and we'll get them to her while she's here before we distract her with a myriad of other things.
Well, so what I do want to say is we have the best patrons and the best staff at this library.
That makes us the best library, doesn't it?
It really does. Yeah.
I mean, pretty much. I mean, well, you did, for example, you didn't have a laptop because you don't have a webcam at your computer.
No.
And our IT person hooked you up lickety split.
Yep, I walked into this nice setup.
You in deluxe accommodations.
I know.
It looks
You
like
get
you're
together.
balancing boxes on
It
your head,
does. Yeah,
which
I was
is
just gonna
nice.
say.
But
It's just one
did
of the
you-
things. Yeah.
Like, is it like the Chiquita lady with like the fruit?
It
oh,
is.
you're,
It's one of
you're
the
like
services we
you're
offer.
the
Yeah.
Chiquita banana lady,
Yeah,
except
yeah.
with
Libraries,
boxes.
Book
libraries,
lady.
yeah. Libraries have to branch out. We can't just be doing books all the time. We got to be
That's
doing
right.
other stuff.
The world evolves. You have to move
Exactly.
on. You
Exactly.
you don't have to chuck the books, but you got to move on to include other things.
You've got to include other things.
Like an adult spelling bee. Do you have anything to add in since you've
I
been
love it.
with us since the beginning?
Mhm.
I love it. I love your theme, which I believe Tim and or Emily came up with. That is I just keep thinking of Die Hard every time I think of it, and I love Die Hard. Such a great
Oh,
Christmas
Herder.
movie. And,
It is. It's the best Christmas movie.
best Christmas
I actually
movie
just
ever.
watched it in non-Christmas season because
Mhm.
I can neither confirm nor deny that Paul Hoffman from Pet Skull and I may be shooting a Die Hard parody as a commercial for it next week.
I love it. I'm
So-
looking forward to that already. It's a great fun occasion. As you said, it's competitive, but it's fun. I've never seen anything be as fun, considering that someone really does pretty much want to win. They also want to win. It's like, seriously, I want to win. I want to do this well, but they can laugh at themselves.
Yeah.
They love the sentences. They ask for the sentences. They ask for every stall tactic possible. It's just really fun. Everybody's cheering for you to do well or not well. It doesn't matter. It's just fun,
As personally, I'm a huge fan of intelligent stupidity.
Right.
And I would say that this is a perfect example of it because you can't just the words do get harder. It goes
They do
from
get
easy, medium,
Yeah.
hard, and then ultra hard.
Sure.
But you have to have a good sense of smarts about you to
do.
advance in the competition.
You do.
But it's
And
also just darn fun.
I was
It
just
is
gonna
fun.
say, I think it's like one of the few library adult programs that we have where everyone can like certainly let their hair down.
Absolutely.
We're kind of off the premise of the library. We're in a little bit more of a a different environment where
It's a different environment, but
you can be a little bit,
well, a little bit raucous.
Yeah.
A little bit, but not vulgar, but a little bit
No,
off color.
No, it's
it doesn't go
expected.
crazy. But
No.
that's what I love about Pet Skull. And Margot brought this idea
Right.
to me because it's a fundraiser that was done at I believe University of Portland. I think University of Oregon in Portland, and they did it as a huge fundraiser. But I thought it would be more fun to just do it as a fun adult event.
Right.
I didn't know where to do it. And then Pet Skull opened and I went there, and Pet Skull is as much about camaraderie and
Right.
conversation and shenanigans as it is about beer. And I'm like,
Right.
man, if Paul would agree to this. And since my mom was his second grade teacher, he owed me.
He did. He owed you.
So,
Definitely.
we did have a comment come in that I wanted to share with you. Susan Oswald says Laura Schreiner is absolutely the best. She has the kindest heart and cares deeply about all the library patrons. And I couldn't agree more.
Yep.
Well, disclaimer, we were office mates and co-workers, and she is lovely. She is a lovely person. She loves her book. She loves her family. We talked about dogs and family and books all the time. I miss her so often. She was wonderful to work with. And that was very nice of her.
Question, did you pay her to put that
No.
comment?
No.
Okay, you're
I mean,
sure.
I would have, but I didn't.
Well,
think
of
about it
course.
ahead of
I
time.
mean, let's not be silly. You would
Yeah, I mean,
have
I would have, but I
had the
turns out
opportunity arisen.
yeah, I didn't think of it. But she's lovely. She was lovely. I have worked with so many lovely people over the years. I can't even tell you. And I would never want to start naming names because I'd miss someone, but it's just been great. Yeah.
How long have you been working here, Laura?
Well, it's 43 years now.
Holy cow. Did you work at the other library too?
Sure.
I mean, the one on, obviously you have, because
Sure.
it's going to be the 25th year
25th,
here. But,
right.
so, I mean, probably 43 years ago, let's see, how old am I? No, you started after I
I
left.
was 16. I'll just tell you the truth. I was 16. It was my first job. And then things kept just changing and evolving. And this job would open up or that job would open up. I was very fortunate to be in the right place at the right time to kind of grow with the organization in some ways. Just really lucky.
Well, I mean, I wasn't doing the math about you. I was
Yeah,
doing
it's
the
true.
math about me.
It's true.
And-
But
and
it's
you
about the
start-
same math, isn't it? Yeah.
It is about, but I guess it is about the same math. But
It is about the same.
I was pretty much leaving the country.
Oh.
I had been kicked out of America at the time.
Were
we started.
you? Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
And
Oh.
they said in large part it was because Laura got a job at the library. I'm like, I don't even know who that is. And they're like, just be patient.
Just, this is going to work out. Just don't worry about it. It's
She's
probably going to
standing
be
pat.
okay.
She's good.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So we have an idea of what you do and how long you've been. I know your job has evolved since you started
Right.
at 16.
Sure.
But what do you do when you're not at the library? What's your
No.
life like away from the library?
I have grandkids. 4 grandkids are fantastic. I get to babysit them sometimes. It's fantastic. I have dogs I love deeply. My son still lives at home. He's not 43, but he's close. We have good times as a family. I do watch Outlander on occasion.
Really?
We've heard.
We've heard that. Is that you?
Emily.
Is that
Provided.
the actual actor? Oh, I thought for a second he was in the room with you.
Yeah, I know.
No, people tell me it's not real. The show's not real. It is real. These are real people. These are not animated. These are real people.
So you're saying it's real,
It is real.
in that they're not generated by a computer.
That's correct.
That you know.
It makes
No.
perfect sense.
It
Could
does.
they be AI?
No, because I don't want them to be. I want it to be real. And if you believe it badly enough, it's going to be real.
Wow.
Wow.
What is that from? What is that from?
I don't know. I just made
That's
it
from
up.
something, if you believe something hard enough, Pinocchio.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know that.
So you
as
want him
much.
to be a real boy.
He is a real boy. He's completely real.
We don't know that for sure.
And guess what? The actor.
What?
Here's
Laura, what?
Here's a fun thing. The actor who plays Jamie Fraser was born the same year I started at the library.
Coincidence?
I don't
It's
think
meant
so.
to be.
It is meant to be, as you can see.
Was he conceived at a library?
His parents, I guess, were really into the Hobbit books and such. Possibly. I don't know. Maybe.
Is he a
Okay.
hobbit?
No.
Are you sure?
No, I'm really not
Well,
sure because
John Bon Jovi, on the other hand, may be a hobbit.
I'm done with him.
He's oh, you say that now.
I do mean
I
it.
don't buy it.
No,
I
I
don't-
mean it. No, I mean it. I'm loyal to a fault, but that's been long enough. No, I'm done.
What if this guy turns out to be a short dude from New Jersey and the rest is all window dressing and fakery?
Well, I'll be dead before I find that out. So
Why?
because
Is there something wrong that we don't know about?
no, but it took me like 30 years to get sick of Bon Jovi. This guy's got like 30 years. By that time, I don't care anymore.
Mm.
Really.
Wow.
I mean, honestly, would you? I mean, I don't.
The only
see it.
person I've had a crush on for 30 years is my wife.
Fair enough. See, and guess what? It's my wedding anniversary today.
Congratulations!
So that's
What
fun. that you brought
anniversary
that up.
is it?
38.
Wow.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you doing to celebrate?
Taking our dog to the vet.
We're taking our dog to the vet today too.
Oh
Are
my
you
God,
really?
is it your anniversary?
It was actually on Sunday.
What? It was?
It was.
Really?
What in the name of great googly moogly is going on here?
This is ridiculous,
The
isn't it?
coincidences
It's
are blowing my
ridiculous.
mind.
I know.
Did
I
you guys
know.
compare notes beforehand?
No,
Not-
this
no.
is totally.
This
Because
is.
I know that the
unplanned.
38th anniversary is the vet visit birthday tradition.
Oh, it is. See, well then we're.
At
then
least
we're-
in Belgium. I don't know. Maybe not in the United States.
My husband, his family lived in Belgium, Wisconsin.
Where?
When he was born.
Oh.
In Belgium, Wisconsin. when he
Because
was
that's
born.
where when I was kicked out of the country, that's where I lived for
Seriously?
a
See,
year. I
look
was
at
an
these-
exchange student in
Look at
Belgium.
these connections. We're just connecting. It's crazy.
Pow, pow, pow.
Pow, 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 pow. Like
Are you playing Clubhouse Pow? Barney's
No.
Clubhouse Pow? Do you remember that?
I don't.
Pow, pow. It was on CB.
No.
It was on a TV station right when video games came out, and
I
Barney
don't
was
remember
this
that. No.
amorphous blob, and it was like the submarine game where you shot. It was whatever the home video game was, and you shot at ships on the surface, and
No.
you would send a postcard in, and you would enter, and it was called Barney's Clubhouse Pow.
I
And
don't.
some people on the phone would go like, pow, pow. But the ones that always won would go, pow, 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 pow.
Oh, weird.
Yeah, I mean, and that's how video games started.
I guess.
So
Good to
word on the
know.
street, by the way, Laura,
Yeah.
is that you have you've started to amass high-end whiskeys, but that you don't actually
Yes.
Drink them.
drink them, but
I like-
are in fact
No.
Sniffing them.
that you are a whiskey sniffer.
Yes, I am. I don't like most of them. They don't even smell good anymore. I just like the bottles, and I feel connected to Scotland.
But
That's
you're
the
not
origin.
buying. But you're not buying scotch, are
I
you?
did. No, I tried. No, listen, I tried some scotch
Yes.
Friday night when season 7, episode 1 premiered, Outlander. But guess what? I didn't like it at all. I tried to drink it straight on the rocks. But it was a pretty glass. So I put it in like this really pretty glass. I'm like,
Well,
okay,
that usually makes things taste better.
it should. I'm trying to be super authentic. And
What did you drink? What scotch did you have?
Is this a free ad or can I say it?
You can say it.
Okay.
It's
okay.
not, it's unsolicited.
Maybe they'll endorse you or something.
No, I don't think so. It was Johnny Walker Black.
Wow. I mean, that's good, but I can see if you're not accustomed to scotch, why you might not like it.
It was no. And I gave some to my husband who likes like really more watered down, like sweet stuff. He drinks Wild Turkey American Honey, which is fantastic, by the way. But he's like, this stuff is god awful. Why did you do that? I said, because I'm trying to be authentic. And he said, you're just not that hardcore. So I've got this barely touched bottle of Johnny Walker. We could give it as a door prize at the spelling bee.
An open bottle
bottle of scotch? Boy, that does.
I don't know if that's a good prize or
by Laura.
bad. Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying.
I'll
Officially
associate by day whiskey sniffer. And
I mean, if it needs a good home, I may know a place.
You may know a place. Yeah, it may be looking for it's probably looking for a good home. I don't think it's got a lot of possibilities at my home.
Well, if you can give me the information for adoption, I will have these people submit it. I think giving away an open bottle of booze is not the best idea.
It's probably not. Truthfully, it's not. But I might have some others that I just don't want anyway. Like the bottles aren't even pretty,
Oh, why
like
even bother?
I bought one on sale, and it was like, nah, it's not even pretty. The bottle's not pretty. It's not
it's on sale.
It was on sale. It was like half price.
This bottle ain't pretty.
I don't want unpretty bottles.
This non-pretty bottle. Get this out of my sight. I don't know why you turned into a Southern Belle, but
they're in a closed cupboard. Well, I am reading a book right now about moonshine and that sort of thing. It's called Hanging the Moon by Jeanette Walls, and it's fantastic. And one of the things they're running between counties, rum and whiskey and things like that. So that's a good voice. I'm listening to it on my CD player in the car, and that is her voice.
Oh,
that's really good.
Thank you. I didn't even know I was doing a good impersonation.
Well
and
done.
Were you aware that that's where NASCAR rose out of? Was moonshiners?
Yeah. Yeah.
And they would frequently, the early NASCAR racers would in the off season just go back to running booze because it was so lucrative.
Sure.
I mean, it's crazy. And now, it's all sponsorship and
right.
Sort of, it's on the up and up. It's just funny what it evolved out of.
Well,
I hate to be a downer, but Emily and I needed to bring something up to you.
It's okay. You go ahead. You do you.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Okay, because we felt that we needed to make a...
Uh-oh.
So...
And this is in regards to... Not your whiskey sniff.
You scared me for a moment.
Oh. No. As far as I've never heard of a whiskey sniffing intervention.
Okay. Could be a first.
I guess maybe you could get excessive, but since the bottles aren't pretty, you said they aren't having a problem. But no, this is an intervention about your headshot.
Well, that was taken the day. No, listen, that was taken the day I started here.
Do you know what the name of this file is?
What?
Oh, Laura.
Oh.
That's what I called it.
That's taken the day I started here.
43 years ago?
43 years. That's what you look like at 16?
Are
you a vampire?
Listen, you almost believed me, didn't you? Look at your faces.
I almost had you.
Are you wearing a dinosaur necklace?
No, it's a Labrador Retriever.
I was just going to say, I bet you it's a lab.
It's a lab. Yeah.
I thought it was a velociraptor.
No, that's before I had grandkids, because now I wear their names on my neck. But that was before I had grandkids.
She got neck tattoos.
Oh, you're like Yadier Molina. Catcher for the St. Louis Cardinals.
Exactly. Yeah.
Laura, if we arrange things,
you guys, I like that. No.
Could we talk to Karen about getting you a new headshot?
Yes. For you, yes. For you,
Have we made you sad?
No, but for you guys, I would do anything. So it's good.
Because
Totally
you're
fine.
I know that
It's a weird picture. You're
the
right.
thing
It's
is,
weird.
you're not traditionally crazy, but in this picture, you look traditionally crazy.
Do I really? Maybe I should keep it.
I see crazy, Laura, when I look at that.
Yeah, like you might have taken a bottle of that Johnny Walker scotch and broken it.
Do you think so?
And threatened someone with it.
Threatened probably one of us.
Instead of putting it up for adoption, as you should.
You're right. You know what? You're right. Let's do. Yeah, let's get rid of it.
You know,
a little bit. Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
Here's Johnny.
There you go. You have you have a perfect segue.
I love it. That's fine.
Well, perfect. I'm glad that you agreed so easily.
All right.
Now we can take this off and move to something much more fun.
Okay.
Here's where we start to have a little.
We start to mix it up a little. What was it?
Oh, nothing.
All right. So I guess I need to play another bumper right away because this isn't so much trivia as
That's
it
what
is.
I was saying.
It's getting good now. Now it's getting good.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So what we have is we're going to give you 4 scenarios, and you have to pick who we think would be the right dude for the scenario.
Okay.
And we're calling this bit the Battle of the Dudes.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
So,
I'll go first.
All right,
Laura. You are trapped in a burning building, 7 stories up. The stairwells have filled with flames and smoke. Your hero was airdropped onto the top of the building. He now has to scale down the side of the building with you in his strong arms while rappelling down a long rope. Who would be the most likely to accomplish this act of heroism?
Well, that's Jamie Fraser. He's the king of men.
the king of men.
Jamie Fraser.
Jamie Fraser, the king of men. And the correct answer is Jamie Fraser, the king of men.
Yep.
Of course it is. Yeah.
Of course
it is.
Okay, so we got one right.
One right. So,
of course.
And neglected to mention that if you get the majority correct, there is a valuable prize.
A valuable prize. Okay.
There is a valuable prize at the end of the day. All right.
Okay, cool.
Scenario number 2. Magically, you're a single woman. You go out on a blind date. Your date picks you up in his jet black Camaro and surprises you at the table for 2 up front at the town's most happening karaoke bar. He takes to the stage to serenade you into falling in love with him. Who is your melodious match made in heaven?
JBJ.
That's literally what we have in here.
That's
right
literally
answer?
what we have, JBJ.
That's right. You know it.
Correct once again.
2.
And that is 2 for 2.
These are kind of, you guys, these are kind of obvious, just so you know.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Everyone I didn't know you were also a critic.
I am.
Oh, well, that works out very nicely.
All right. Here's your next scenario. You're at an amusement park on a dream date. You approach a roller coaster.
You can't even get it out. It's so silly, right?
The cartoon cutout that is posted at the entryway to the ride indicates that you must be this tall to ride the roller coaster.
I know where this is going.
Which of the dudes is too short to accompany you for this thrill ride?
I don't know, Tim. Who do you think?
I'm not the one playing the game.
Apparently John Bon Jovi. I wouldn't know, but I'm going with apparently John Bon Jovi.
Apparently. And it's John Bon Jovi. So technically we've won already.
I guess.
But I feel as if we should, keep going.
Yeah, let's go for the sweep. Yeah.
Okay. You're on a luxury cruise of a lifetime. All the boilers on the vessel simultaneously explode. The ship begins to sink rapidly. As you are all swiftly submerged into the dark ocean with the sinking ship, a piece of the galley's door floats to the surface. You are treading for your life. Which of your dream dudes is most likely to give up the door to save your life?
The King of Men, Jamie Fraser.
The King of Men. Man, you know your dudes.
I do.
You know your dudes.
I do.
That is
Side
correct.
note, we created that question before.
I know. I was going to say, yeah, that you probably didn't just create that because we were having that conversation about the other unfortunate maritime.
Well, but this is about a luxury cruise.
Oh, well, then it's different.
Yes.
The unfortunate event was not a luxury cruise.
For some
I am
people, it
glad that
was.
you enjoyed the amusement park one,
That
though,
was
because
fun.
that is.
Come on, that was fun. That was fun.
It was hard to get
But
out.
you know, I mean, honestly, we did have a tiebreaker, but it isn't. You know,
it isn't
No.
needed.
it
No.
not even needed. So
No.
there's only one thing to do, and that is to declare.
Oh, you guys.
And
This is
your
so
valuable
nice.
prize. Oh, that's not your valuable
My
prize.
cat.
Her cat with a
Oh,
beer.
that's great. Except I'm allergic, but that's okay.
Well, but that's not really your
Oh, okay.
prize. I'm going to take you out so I
Yeah,
can
you're
fully
not-
display
yeah,
it.
my cat.
Okay, but I'll bring
Okay.
you right back. I'm going to take us out too. So, that is not your prize. This, in fact, is your prize. A
Yep.
pair of beautiful figurines. So please stop by our office at any time after we are done filming to pick up your valuable prize.
Well, that is
And
awesome.
you are back. You are back.
Oh,
And I'm going
yay.
to change the background because just when you thought it was really over, we might wait. There's another comment. And let's see. Oh, Nancy wanted to know, are they picking on you, Laura?
Oh,
Absolutely not.
no.
Nancy's probably on her way down here right now.
Don't-
Yeah.
Just stay put.
Another
Laura
lovely
is in
person.
the same room. We're okay.
Yeah.
Another
Everything's
lovely
all right.
person. Yeah. Another lovely lady. Yes.
In regards to the picture, but just
Oh.
side note, we got permission from Laura
Yeah,
to share
for
the
sure.
picture.
Oh,
For
we
sure.
definitely did.
Definitely. Sure. Sure.
I
Yeah.
even thought I asked you if we could stage an intervention.
Yes, you did.
Maybe I did. I can't remember.
I think we talked about some things
mean,
that
it
could
was
happen. Yeah. It's fine.
It was
It's fine.
coming.
It's fine.
So even though you probably feel you're off the hook, not quite yet, because the final segment that we have with you is Are you
Okay.
ready for the most important questions of your life?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right.
I like to
Maybe.
think you are.
Okay. Okay. We'll go with that.
Number one, how do we know you are not a robot?
Well, you don't. How do any of us know that any of us aren't robots? I wonder that sometimes. Like, I know I'm real, but I don't know if any of you are as real as I am.
I mean, do you think we're real?
Or do you think we're robots?
I mean, I think you're mostly real, but I don't know. I think we all have parts
Like-
of us
like
that are.
half robot.
Like we're
half
Like,
cyborgs?
Is that what you call it when they're half and half? I don't even know this
Is
stuff.
that what you
I'm
use
not,
to
I'm
create
not
a lot
really
of
a,
robotics?
I'm not really a sci-fi person, but we'll go with that. None of us know. It's just a leap of faith. I have to. I don't know.
You know what Therese said, which made a lot of
No.
sense?
What?
She fills out those things online when they ask if you're a robot, and she
Oh.
clicks no, and
Oh, then you're not. Then you're
then,
not.
then
No.
she isn't. So,
Then you're
I mean,
clearly not. No, then I'm not, because I fill those out too. No, then I'm not. No. How do you fill them out? How do you guys fill them out?
I can't tell you.
we're not allowed to say.
Well, then I don't know.
We signed a contract. I don't even know what a stop. I don't know what a stoplight is. How many buses are in this picture?
Oh, I can't stand those because I'm like, I think I see part of one in there. Is like a part of a fence? Is that part of a fence?
Yeah,
And then
it'll say like, "Oh, how many stairwells do you see?" And there'll be like
Oh.
one square that has like the absolute corner of the
Oh, yeah.
stairwell, and I'm like sweating because I'm like,
I know.
"Do I select it?"
Red
do I
wire,
count that one?
I know,
Green
like,
wire.
it's like, oh
It's
my
a
god,
trick. I don't know, right? I know.
trick.
I don't know. It's a trick
You're-
question.
Well, life is full of trickery.
It is. It is. You're right.
Not on this show, though. We're very
No.
straightforward.
Super
With that
serious.
in mind, what song would make the best theme music for your life?
Oh gosh. Do you know what song I really like? And I would do you know the song? Well, it's not for my life, it's just a song that's very meaningful. It's like Forever Young by Rod Stewart.
Yes.
Like that, because I want to say that came out when my daughter, my oldest, was a baby, and I used to like rock her and sing it to her, and it was just such a sweet, beautiful song. It's so hopeful. Do I think I'm forever young? I do not, but I just love that song about life in general, and like I think about staying young.
In
You
your
know,
heart.
Yeah,
In your
exactly,
heart staying
exactly.
forever
Because
young.
we all know we don't stay young, but you're going to always remain that person that I want you to be, or whatever. I think it's a beautiful song. Yeah.
Well, but judging from your picture, you haven't aged a day since that picture they took the first day of
Well, yeah,
Book
your
Club
first day
Live.
of started.
Yeah, exactly.
Are you
Exactly.
still trying to deflect from the fact that you may be a vampire?
I'm
Are
scared of
you
the
a
dark.
daywalker?
Listen, no,
Are you-
I'm terrified of the dark. I'm terrified of the dark. I don't think
That's
maybe
just what a vampire
Yeah.
would say to throw us off the trail.
really.
You haven't come
Okay.
into our office since we smeared the door frame with garlic.
I don't like the smell of garlic particularly.
Really? I hope
Mhm.
everyone watching is noting this.
Uh-huh. Yep, that's it.
Were
Wait
you
a
just
second,
feeling
what
your
was-
fangs just now?
What was our book discussion last month?
I didn't read it. I didn't get a
Probably
chance
because
to
you were
read it.
scared, because
Because you
it
were
was
living it.
It was the Southern
Uh-huh.
Book Club's Guide to Slaying Vampires. No
That's
wonder
right.
why you didn't read it.
I
Yes.
went to the discussion because I really wanted to know what the book was about without reading it, because I really am not into vampire books or dragons. I also don't like dragons. I know some people here don't like that I don't like dragons, but I don't like dragons.
People don't like that you don't like dragons?
Yeah, Therese loves dragons.
Oh,
Huh.
Someone else today is wearing a dragon t-shirt, and it's actually a cute shirt, but I'm really not a fan of dragons in general.
I am somewhat ambivalent about dragons.
They're not real. Time travel
Thank you for
Yes,
clearing
it's
that.
real.
Time travel
yeah,
is
that
real.
only alarmed me
Dragons
when
are
she
not.
brought him in the screen.
Right.
I know.
Check.
That's
Got it.
That's exactly
know.
right. Good to know.
All right. Your next question.
If you could relive one day of your life, what one would it be?
The day I discovered Outlander for the first time.
Wow. I can't believe that's
I
true.
know, a little bit obsessed. Just a little obsessed. Seriously, I wish I could go back to the first time I ever saw it because it was so magical. Like, I love it. I love this sense of history, which is true. I mean, when they're talking about things, these things did happen in Scotland. I love the scenery. I love the innocence of it, this forever love. You got to love that. I wish I could watch it again for the first time.
Is that really the day you wish you could live over
To
again?
some extent, yeah.
Wow. All right. Well, then
We'll see what
let's
you
move
mind.
on to the next
I
question.
know. What do you say to that? That's really lame. I know that. That's so stupid.
No, it just shows the depths of your obsession.
Well, I mean, I can't really say like the day this child was born or that child was born or whatever, because then that is like,
Like
favoritism.
favoritism, yeah.
Well, just make sure the other children don't see the show.
I'm just staying away from the whole thing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
This one should be easier,
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
If you could only eat one food for the rest of your life, what would that be?
Cheese pizza or cheese pizza with black olives.
Ooh,
Thin crust. Yeah.
yes, agreed.
Yeah.
That sounds
All the way.
delicious.
Yes, it
All the
does.
way. Yep. Thank
All
you.
right. Next question is, if you suddenly became a giant, what would be your biggest inconvenience?
Watching Outlander.
Why?
Trying
Because you
to find
couldn't
a
have a
TV
giant
enough.
TV?
Is there a
Well-
TV big enough for giants? Like, I'd be looking down and
Maybe like a drive-in theater.
maybe. Yeah, because
I
my
think
eyesight's really poor. I wear contacts that are like
Oh.
some ridiculous strength. So I would need then a bigger screen. If you can find me a bigger screen, I'm okay with that.
Your biggest inconvenience is finding a big enough screen to watch tiny Outlander.
Yes.
Because in your heart, your giant young heart,
Yes.
he would still be huge. He would
Yes.
not be tiny.
No.
All right.
That's.
Well, this
Do you
this
see
is
it all
the-
comes back to Outlander? Everything in my
does.
life.
everything in your
family's-
life rotates around Outlander.
My
I'll be curious
family's
to see what her
really
next
annoyed.
answer is for this question.
I
My
am
family's
too.
so annoyed.
It
Yeah.
could go either way, I feel. All right.
Okay.
This is your last question you have to worry about for today from us. anyhow.
Okay. From you.
If you were stranded on a desert island forever with no hope of rescue, who would you rather be stuck with? Emily or Tim?
Outlander.
I kind of saw that coming.
I kind of did too, but we will not accept that answer
You
because
guys, I have to work with. You're both robots. You're probably going to rust out or something anyway,
think
aren't
like
you?
strategically. Like, okay, so one person said me because I would probably outlive Tim.
and another person said they would make candles out of me.
Yeah.
Candles out of you. I mean, I like both of you so much. I don't want to wish that on either of you. Man, I don't know.
I think we did accept a no comment one time.
Did we?
I think, yeah. But I think it was.
Is it possible could I switch you guys out? Like, could we switch out? Like, tag out?
Like when you got sick of me, you'd bring in
like,
Tim.
okay, I could use some fresh material here.
Let me just check this. Desert island forever, no hope of rescue. I don't know how you wouldn't be rescued with your scenario.
Yeah.
Well, because they said we're not going to rescue you. We're just going to switch out your companion.
Who are they? Why are you in contact with so many people on a desert island?
Yeah, and why haven't they rescued you?
Yeah, why are you sure this in your scenario? Move yourself to a desert island because clearly you're on Maui or something at this point.
I don't know. I still can't answer you. Because you both have your strengths. I'm trying to be really, really.
Hold up one finger if you would like it to be Tim. Hold up two fingers if you don't want it to be Emily.
I don't have any fingers.
That makes you the right answer, but yeah. I think
my fingers just fell off.
Your fingers fell off?
My fingers just fell off.
And what about your opposable thumbs?
Also gone. Just happened. I can't help it. I was fine.
I guess we'll have to call you Nubby from now on.
I guess so. It's going to be a little hard to type, but I'm not the greatest typist anyway. I can figure it out. I'll make it happen.
Are you going to be able to operate the remote to turn things, to change
voice commands? Yeah. You're not going to take that away, are you?
Well, I'm not taking anything away. You're the one who's not choosing to answer. I'm not the bad guy in this scenario.
There are no bad guys. We're all winners.
We'll let it go, considering that we brought up her picture.
That's true. It is true, since we did stage an intervention. But it's been a pleasure having you on the show today, Nubby. And
it's always fun talking with you guys. You know that. Yeah.
There is another comment. I'm not sure if this is. Nancy says Laura's a beautiful lady.
Yes, she is a nice lady herself. She's a good one. Nancy's really a good gal.
Everybody loves Laura.
Everyone
loves Laura. How can you not?
Oh, no. No, not true. Not true. But you guys are so much fun to work with. I just want to say that if I have a second, I have worked with the best people. We have the best patrons. I want to reiterate that all day long. Like, why would you not want to work here?
I mean, Laura's probably the most dedicated, hardcore library advocate I know.
Agreed.
I'm somewhat hardcore. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's okay. I mean, the world needs more hardcore.
Yeah, I mean, it's legit. I'm not just saying this because I'm talking with you or I'm talking with library people. I tell that to everybody. Like, I am the luckiest person in the world. It's like the best.
I'm so glad that you've been able to work on the Bruin Bee. We don't get to work together often enough because they don't let me come downstairs. They don't like it.
Well, they should. They should let you come down there.
They don't like it when I circulate with normal people. So.
Oh, that's too bad.
I know.
You would add a lot. Not that we need a lot because we're pretty good, but you would just enhance the whole experience.
I need my hair to be a little bit better. I'm not having a great hair day, Laura.
Your hair's fine. Tamer today than Sunday.
Well, it's the headphones.
Yeah.
The headphones
will smush it right down. Yeah. You're fine.
Yeah.
You're fine as you are.
Oh,
you have to come down and see us more often.
I will.
Mean, you have to go through the downstairs to get to the upstairs. Do you not? Or do robots not do that? I don't know.
Actually, Tim just catapults himself off.
Does he? I don't see him that much. That explains it. Okay.
Yeah.
The seagulls actually levitate.
The seagulls carry me.
The seagulls. Yeah,
my
they're
seagull
bad.
overlords bring me up to the second floor.
Hey, I don't even think they got my car too badly this week so far. That's so far.
Good. Oh my God. They
came
got
in
mine.
with a clean car Monday morning. I think it's still pretty good. Yeah.
Nice.
I got my
of course, it's probably
washed
not now.
for the first time on Friday, and then I worked on Saturday.
You shouldn't have done that. You shouldn't. Don't ever do that right before you're coming to work, Emily. No. You know what, Tim? I'm taking you to the desert island. She doesn't know enough not to wash her car before coming to work.
Yes! Woo-hoo-hoo! I knew something would come up if we kept talking long enough.
Goodness.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Emily, I still need your help on some projects, though. Are you still going to help me or no? No.
What? I can't hear you.
Breaking up.
I'm going through a tunnel.
Well, you know what? I've won majority so far, so have it.
I think we're going to have to recount. Because when they said they didn't want to pick someone, they meant they didn't want to hurt your feelings.
I mean, I was told I had nice young flesh.
I would like to say for the record that wasn't me. I said that when the camera wasn't rolling.
I would not say such a thing. Yes.
I would not say such a thing.
Not at all. No.
Well, honestly, it has been great having you on, and I could keep
Thank
talking, but in theory, our show is supposed to be a half hour, and it never is.
Never is.
We far exceeded it, but thank you so much for joining us, Laura.
Thank you,
honestly, we've been talking all week about how much we were looking forward to the show.
I've actually been looking
Emily
forward
said
to
she was sick, and I'm like, shut up, you're not sick.
You're fine,
I was
Emily.
like,
Look
are
at
you
you.
comfortable sitting next to me, Tim? I was like,
Picture
because
of
I'm
health.
right, I'm gonna plow through this. I'm okay. And he's like,
She's the picture of health over there. Are you kidding me? Look at her. Vibrant. I'm telling you, robust.
nice and flushed.
Flushed
Robust.
with fever.
Yes. Yeah, pretty much.
It's Outlander, isn't it, Emily? It's because of Outlander.
God.
Have you
I've
watched
never
it?
seen the show.
I haven't either.
I don't get to watch anything for my own enjoyment since I had a child.
Maybe someday. Maybe someday.
Yeah.
They'll be there. They'll be there waiting. Don't worry.
I just don't like historical fiction. It's got time travel. I'm sorry, it's got time
What
travel.
about good-looking guys?
Oh, well, nobody mentioned there were good-looking guys.
Well,
There are.
Laura, put up
Yeah.
the thing.
Yeah.
Well,
Maybe,
that's
you know what?
fun.
Maybe I'm going back to Emily on the desert island. If you can't see.
No, well,
what's in
I'm
front
not
of you.
saying he's not a good-looking guy.
Yeah.
I just don't know how many good-looking guys. You said plural. I don't
No,
know how
there's
many
some others.
good-looking guys.
No, there's some
There's
others.
some other. He's just the primary.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's the
He's
primary
number-
hottie.
Yeah.
And there are other. All right, fair.
Just
No,
saying.
I don't have any problem admitting if guys are hot.
Okay. Just wanted to make that clear that you understand.
I completely understand since we're spending eternity together.
We need to kind of get that hammered out and just
Yeah, we
establish the ground rules.
Exactly.
Good.
And
Good.
establish a breadfruit collection system. And we'll
like-
be golden.
Like Owen, like the volleyball and stuff. Is he going to be there too or no?
Well, I don't know.
Not
We don't-
Owen. What's his name? Not Owen. Wilson. Not
Wilson.
Owen Wilson. Wilson.
Yeah, not Owen Wilson. It would be much funnier if it
Just
was
Wilson.
Owen
Would it be?
Wilson who
Would
was
it be?
stuck there with you.
I
That would be
would
more
say that because
He
no,
looked
it's
like a
called
volleyball.
Wilson.
a
Wilson.
volleyball shape. He's very rotund.
Yeah.
He's much
Yes.
fatter.
He's like Owen Wilson's body with just a volleyball head.
That was good, guys. That was a good segue. That's not what I meant.
Morbid,
But you know what I
but fun.
meant. Yeah. It's
All
good.
right. Well, we must say goodbye just so that we can adhere to at least a demi
Something.
structure.
Under an hour.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, there you go. You're fine.
It has been awesome talking to you so much. Thank you for coming
It's
on the
always
show,
a treat.
Laura.
Always a treat seeing you guys. Take care.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
That really was a treat.
Oh, we expected it.
I know
knew
we
it would
did,
be.
and it was fun, and we found out a lot about how obsessed she is about Outlander.
Well, I mean, I've known.
I didn't know she was that obsessed.
I think she was even wearing an Outlander, whatever you call these things, lanyard.
Are you wearing an Outlander lanyard?
I won this as a prize here at the library. I didn't buy this.
But it was designated for you.
It was, and it might have a photo of him, but I didn't put that in there.
Wow.
Not even of your kids or your husband.
Who are those people? I don't know. They
I've
keep taking
never
my
heard
time
of
away.
these people. All right, this
Oh.
time it's goodbye for real. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for sticking with us for the show. We always go over. We don't mean to, but yet we do.
Yeah.
So
Well, you'll be able to see us next month, July 20th. Our guests will be Youth Services Associate Lynn Christensen and Teen Services Associate Kristen Keck.
correct.
Yep.
And there may or may not be some ukulele singing next month, from what I understand.
Yes, but she did say that we will have to sing along with, which I am not agreeing to.
Well, you can just move your mouth.
I think I'll be really, really sick then. Won't have a voice.
You can still move your mouth.
I can't.
You can't do this.
Mm-mm.
I've seen you do stuff like that. I've seen you eat every day. I know your
Every
mouth
10
moves.
seconds.
On that happy note, imagine Emily's mouth moving. Our best show closer ever. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Uh-oh, we're still live.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Bye, everyone.